You know, guys, there is nothing in this world that I love more than recording a 15-minute video, or even some cases a 30-minute video, and then realizing my mic is on the other side of the room. So you're hearing an echo. Okay, you guys need to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and share this message with as many people as humanly possible. Why? Because I'm going to show you how to make $900 legit, extremely fast, by just filling out a form. Okay, so as you may know or may not know, like this article states, there is a 22 million and some change lawsuit settlement that is being distributed within a pool of people that qualify to basically get the settlement. And I'm going to show you how to qualify here. Okay, so basically Experian is being sued for miscategorizing consumers' addresses on their credit reports. And so there is a system in their raise of their product line, because Experian has diversified their ways of making money as a business as it is. And there is a product that is exclusive to data furnishers, which are financial institutions, banks that loan money, lend money, an auto dealer, right? A financing company that is co-branded with the auto dealer, like Toyota Motor Finance, Exeter Finance. If you're an auto loan person, you have access to this product. If you're a jewelry store, you have access to this product, and it plugs and plays with the eOscar as well. Okay. Pretty much anyone like that, any bank, financial credit card company, and it's called Fraud Shield. Fraud Shield is more of a taking a magnifying glass on your credit report and then basically being able to assess your worthiness, your credit worthiness, your borrowing capacity, and your risk category. Okay, because this is a risk mitigation software system, platform thing that basically looks at your report and categorizes high risk to low risk. And one of the ways they do this is looking at your addresses, your employers, your telephone numbers, and they look for stability. They look for a story. Remember, your credit report is a book about you, and it needs to be detailed. It's like a masterpiece. It can't be all crazy like Picasso. It can't be like, a Quentin Tarantino film where the beginning is in the middle and the middle is in the end and all topsy-turvy. It cannot be like that. They're just not going to believe you. Okay? So it's a story about you. It has to make sense. One of the ways that it cannot make sense, if you have a stream of numbers throughout the years, and they know this through deep intelligence, and I'm telling you, because I've seen Fraud Shield, okay? And I've seen how it works. It's very detailed. You may look at one credit report for that month, but you don't know all the prior months are preloaded in that system, and they could see what's going on. Even if you remove something, they can pull the archive reports and see what's going on. Okay, so you're going to have to clean it up. We can clean it up for you. That's what we do. So a little bit about me. When I first started Pinnacle, I worked with the underwriter in Northern California, okay? And at that time, I was working in the building of Austin William Cooper. He was a lawyer of former president John F. Kennedy. Okay, imagine that. Imagine the stuff I learned from him, just being around him and working with this underwriter that worked with big banks in California that do mortgages. For those of you that don't know, California ain't cheap. You're looking at multi-million-dollar, jumbo loans, big loans. FHA in California is like 600, 700,000. That's how much they approve it for in California for FHA loan. Okay, so these are big ticket homes. So anyway, what I learned from her is how to reverse engineer the underwriting process and the actuarial work of basically these underwriters that basically underwrite loans to protect the interests of these investors and these banks. All right, they don't want to give out money to people that are unqualified, right? So I basically learned how to reconstruct a credit report in the fashion that will get approved for a lender. If you're a mortgage person or mortgage loan officer, I've worked with all the best ones. So if you're one, basically that's what I do on that side. So I look at all pieces of the puzzle per se and try to put it together nicely. Now, Experian is in some big trouble financially. Not much. I think 22 million is nothing for them. They're a multi-billion-dollar company. 22 million is nothing. It's chump change. But anyway, for you, $900 could be worth it, and I think it is, because if you have ever disputed information on your credit report through Experian or just on an Experian report or anything that's been reported on Experian, even an address, then you're entitled to this lawsuit if it ever came back as verified, but you did not receive proper correspondence from the creditor. Now, let me read this section of the article right here. Let me start from the beginning. Okay, consumers eligible for compensation include those from whom Experian miscategorized their place of residence as high risk. Okay, according to the settlement, those false credit reports were sent out between July 2018 and 2021. It's a long effing time. So this has been going on for a while. Okay, so chances are you fit in that category. So if you disputed these things and they still didn't remove them, like it's not difficult to know that you didn't live at this place or not living at the place. You're entitled for that lawsuit. Okay, the problem apparently stemmed from Experian's fraud shield, which is supposed to alert creditors of consumers' potential risk. The monetary portion of the settlement affects people who contacted Experian to dispute information on their report, specifically that they live in a high-risk area or that their address is not a resident, or the address is not a residence. The plaintiffs contend that Experian failed to properly verify the information, like I just told you. It put in affected consumers' credit reports. Okay? Experian continues to practice the parroting the response from the furnisher, even though it has been repeatedly sued for failing to conduct a reasonable investigation as required by the FCRA. Specifically, that would be Section 1681, Section A, and the subdivision there, which basically requires a scope of the investigation being sent in a specific way in a short window of time. So a lot of these guys that like to think they know about credit repair, they hop on my channel and they're competitors. So I'll give you a freebie. I'm the best in this shit. So their interpretation of the law is like very, very vague and very simple. It's a little bit more detailed than what you think. Okay, so there's a scope in the investigation that has a subcategory within the credit reporting and repairing laws, and also your consumer rights, because they all intertwine like a tree, starting off from the trunk and then the branches individually into other subsections, which can be very important. The technicalities of those can be very important, especially if you're a savage like me and you know how to apply them the right way, because you have the Equal Credit Opportunity Act. You can apply that with the association and dissociation of addresses from high risk to low risk, and you can compare it to a person that's black and white and say, hey, this person's white, but their score is higher than a black person living in the same neighborhood. You see how fast my brain is acting? This is just coffee, okay? This is just coffee and experience. I don't want to give you guys too much information, but I'm just going to tell you straight up, no one knows more than me in credit repair. So I'm going to give you guys a freebie. This video should be worth at least $900 to you. There's a way to do that. I'm going to leave a link in the description below how to get that money, right? And you're welcome. So let me further read this. Okay. Under the terms of the Experian settlement, some plaintiffs will receive a cash payment. How much will depend on a couple of factors, and this is why you need to act fast. The more consumers who participate in the settlement, the smaller the payments will be. At this point, payment estimates range between $300 to $900. Okay, and this was posted yesterday, so you guys got to act fast, all right? As part of the settlement, Experian says it will change the way it discloses and resolves fraud shield indicator disputes. I don't think so. They got off the hook. Remember, nothing good happens in court. It always ends in a settlement. They pay people off. They basically paid. Experian is basically violating people's rights. And unfortunately, this class action lawsuit only begins It doesn't even begin to scratch the surface of all the other consumers. So let's just say 300 million, 200, let's say at least 200 million other consumers that have been through this situation that are not even going to get this message, considering this video may get only 100 views, 300 views. That's the sad part. So it's your job to share this with other people. Okay? And they're not going to do it. This video tells you straight up, they're being negligent. All the stuff that these other people are teaching you on YouTube, it's not going to be effective. Okay? If you think that you're just going to learn this on YouTube and try to do it yourself, you're in for someone that has more experience than you, the bureaus, and they're going to beat you. They're going to basically rob you in broad daylight. How do I know? Because I crack codes every day. I crack into their systems every day. Okay? You see my phone screen? I'm not messing around. This screensaver is not, just to be cool. This is what I'm really about. Okay? So it's difficult. People pay me a premium. They call me like, hey, I need this done. Make it go away. 10 grand, 5 grand, $20,000 just yesterday. Okay? Now, that may be a lot of money to a lot of maybe you or a lot of people. 20,000 is not bad. Ain't gonna hurt me. But it's not about the money. It's about that person right there that gave me that. That's an important person. You can't mess around with that. The money is just a representation of the trust and the value bringing back to him and the expedience and the dire need to get it done lickety split. That pressure is bestowed upon me, and it's my job to get it done ASAP. It needs to be done yesterday. There are no fucking excuses. Some of you guys contact me and say, oh, I got, let me sign up now. And, some guy messaged me a storybook telling me about his grandmother or his mom died. Everyone's good. Guess what? Everybody's mom is going to die. Everyone is going to die watching this. Okay. One thing I can guarantee you, at some point I'm going to die. At some point my dad's going to die and my mom's going to die and someone's going to die. It's going to happen. Okay. I'm not going to let anything become my excuse. I take 100% responsibility of everything. So you should too, especially since I'm giving you the opportunity to click in the link below and get this money. It's $900, $300 to $900. Now, you may click that link and fill out the form, but that's still not going to guarantee you anything. You need some expertise in order to help you skip the line, expedite this. So you got to hire me to do that because it's in my expertise to do so. If you are a current client of mine and you've already hired me personally, I will do this for you included. It's my duty to. If you're not a client of mine, I will not do it for free. Since you're so smart, you could do it yourself, right? Since you guys want to, do things for free. There's a quote. Look what Floyd Mayweather said. Look what he said right here. This is a quote from Floyd Mayweather. I've met Floyd Mayweather in person. I've partied with Floyd Mayweather. I have videos of me and him on Instagram. Haven't partied with him since 2014. It's been a while. But I love Floyd Mayweather, and he's the money man. You got to listen to people who make money. People that started from the bottom, they had a certain way of thinking, okay? We need to adopt, that means you and me, us poor folk, us broke folk, we need to adopt their modes of thought in order to excel our financial life. And you broke people calling me, don't call my number anymore, please, unless you're going to change your mentality, okay? This is what you broke people do. You contact a person with got their shit together and you want to mess their shit up, but you dragging them along your bullshit. Don't drag your dirty feet in people's homes. If you are broke and you don't have no money and you're living paycheck to paycheck, then don't sit around here pussyfoot and think that you're even going to do anything in credit. Why would you even bother about credit? How could you borrow money that you don't have? I got people that say, "Oh, I don't have the full amount yet." Well, then why the fuck you called me? I didn't ask you to call me. Stay home. You shouldn't even do credit. I'll be the first one to tell you, dude, don't even think about credit. Get your life, get a job. Get a second job. Get 3 jobs. I don't want to hear your excuses. Credit is not the problem. It's your financial behavior. It's your outlook and your attitude on life. right? And if you don't like this, I'm going to tell you the straight truth. This is how I talk to myself because I used to be that way. In my early 20s, I learned how to get out of this. I'm 33. Even though I look 23, I'm 33. Okay. So, and I've been in the games with people that were in their 50s, 60s, 70s. My mentor, he's in his 80s. Austin William Cooper. He's ranked one of the top lawyers in Martindale Humble website. Do you guys know what that is? Martindale Hubble. Some guys come on my YouTube and say, "Oh, we're attorneys." And we're, dude, attorneys are a dime a dozen. Don't people use that word and that term so loosely? That only scares someone that don't know anything about the law. It's not going to bother me. That's not going to insult me. That's not going to make me sleep different at night. I know for a fact I've fired attorneys. I've sued attorneys. I've got attorneys disbarred. I've had attorneys beg me, get on my nutsack and say, please forgive me. I have my attorney say, dude, forgive him. And they said, I'm fucked up for getting them disbarred. So, but it's because they did some bad stuff to my family. That's a personal issue there. But here's the thing. Don't sit here and say credit repair and you throw around attorneys. Attorneys don't even know how to do shit. Attorneys are lazy. They're good. Attorneys want your money. Okay? Attorneys just want your money, and they're expensive. Attorneys have legal fees. They have an office most likely. How do they get clients? They have an office. They have to pay. They have families. You know what I mean? They're expensive. The money that you're paying them goes to all their expenses for marketing and all that stuff. So don't sit here and talk to me about attorneys because I was working with the best of attorneys. Okay. Right. And also William Cooper, he's a bankruptcy attorney for California. And in his office was a federal public pretender. Oh, my bad. Public defender. No disrespect. His partner. Okay. And then his other partner is, he does corporate law as well. So he managed a portfolio of big corporations and went toe to toe with federal courts. Okay. I have some of his clients are my clients. Okay. So I'm not sitting here messing around with just regular people. Well, I am messing around with regular people, middle class, all types of people. But mainly the point of me mentioning this is that we're not messing around here, right? You're working with the best of the best. So take advantage of this. I don't want to rant too much. Take advantage of the link below. Like, subscribe, and do your best. The link is there. The money's there. Your choice.